Hey, Genki Call here to talk to you about the Tales from the Grave world event for the week of December 6, 2021. Draxxius wanted us to perform a service for him, after which he promised us information. We had to retrieve some arcane gems stolen from him by deep dwarves many years ago. Defeat deep dwarves in the underworld and collect arcane gems and crystals. So, something important to mention here is that if you go to the shop and look at these tokens and badges and whatnot, the only thing being boosted this week is skull damage. That's it. So I have two different approaches for teams this week, but first, I should mention, and I shall mention, that if you go to the shop and go to weekly event, Draxxius is a skull spammer. There aren't very many to choose from, but he will create skulls. So if you want to take the skull spamming route, which is going to be most efficient this week, then be sure to grab Draxxius. He's only 400 glory, and you get some extra stuff along with that. So, as far as scoring goes, it's actually really easy this time. Thank goodness. What a nice thing. So, always go for Nyarmel when you see him, and always avoid the one that's blue, the Dark Smith. Everything else is worth the same amount of points, and there is no scaling. There's no scaling to the points that I'm aware of. At least on the forum, it says that there is no scaling. So always go for Nyarmel, avoid the Darksmith, and you'll be all good. So that's what we have there. Thank you for easy scoring for once, devs. I do appreciate that so much. All right, so for our teams, I have 3 for those of you that don't have any legendaries, or you're limited on your legendaries. And so any of these will do. Stay the lowest level that you can, but always go for the Nyarmel when you can. I'm just going to pick a random one. And oh yes, this is the first team. There are no legendaries here. We've got the Mountain Crusher, which I figure everyone has got. Then Draxxius, whom I just mentioned. He is empowered if you can afford to trait him. And then we've got the Fist of Zorn, also empowered if you can afford to trait her. And she's going to convert yellow gems to skulls. So he does brown, she does yellow. And just a hint for her background here is yellow. That's how you know it's yellow gems that will be converted. See, they don't do that with Draxxius, unfortunately. And then the Blind Guardian is here to help you keep those enemies from attacking you. So you can drain their mana and then explode the board to get lots of mana for your team. Along with the Mountain Crusher, I do like to use 2 sources of mana on my team and 2 that will do damage. And he also summons a Dark Storm. Now, I did choose Sorcerer for almost all of these teams simply because we will need to use Sorcerer for our campaign tasks. Feel free to change them. My Sorcerer is not leveled up very much. It's only at 47, so be sure to go in and reselect your talents if you have passed 70 or more. All right, so let's try out this first team. I haven't tried any of these. I don't know if they'll work. In theory, they look good. They look like they'll be a viable team, but I never know until I try it. So I have alignment here on yellow. No match 4, however. And I forgot to buy anything in the shop. So this first one is going to be without any explosions or enchant. So let's see. Do I risk it? No. Not going to do that. We'll do this instead. Let's see. Brown to skulls. Yellow to skulls. We'll go ahead and do that. Here we go. This is a perfect time for the Blind Guardian, who's going to drain mana. So we'll go ahead and do this. Get some explosions going there. Still no alignment for anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and cast. We're low level, and I'm not going to worry about it. So, whoops, yellow to skulls. I gave him a match 4, but at least he's not going to fly away. The nice thing of having the Fist of Zorn along to convert that yellow away is no mana for the Valraven, so he can't run away very easily. I'm going to go ahead and cast this. I'm not worried about it at this low level. Even if I were to lose a troop, it's so low level I'm not worried about it. But let's get avoid this. Actually, no, you don't have to avoid this. The only one you have to avoid is the blue one, the deep dwarf, whatever it is. So it doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and do this guy. But let's get one potion on board. For those that can't afford, usually I do two, but I was asked to do these without potions. All right, we'll just stick with this. All right, I was asked to try to do these without potions for the early teams, so we'll go ahead and do one more without potions for this team, and then look at this alignment. Ooh, pretty. All right, we'll do that. We'll do this. Yellow to skulls, no yellow to skulls, get some mana. Yellow to skulls. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Soul Grinder. Hey, let me go grab that real quickly here. Pardon me while I go and get that taken care of. Do that. And bear with me for a second. Let me go craft those summoning stones because it's easy and only take a second. Troops, purple, just one. Thank you. All right, igneous, awesome. And we'll do this real quickly, and then oh, Hunting Zolgoth. All right. I should put him into a PvP team that'll be easy to beat for y'all for that task. Not right this minute, though. Let's go back into the event here and put in the next team. Lowest level you can do is best, so I'm going to switch to a different one. The next team is for people that are not comfortable with skull spamming teams. You have to be careful with skull spamming teams. I don't know how effective this is. I don't think that this is going to be able to go very far into the event. But if you're not comfortable with using skull spammers, then you're not comfortable. And I get that because I used to be that way myself. Now, these teams, like I said, are all using Sorcerer. Using one with Rock Solid will get you farther. Rock Solid, let me show you. Titan is probably one of the first ones that you will find that has that talent. It's a level 40 talent that gives you a barrier every time you match brown gems. Also, Sentinel, well, you won't be able to get to Sentinel if you're really low level, because that's one of the last kingdoms you will unlock. Urskaya is one of the last kingdoms you unlock when you are doing the map. So, never mind Sentinel. Alright, let's go in and see how this does. Then we'll do the third team, and then I'm going to get some potions on board. Alright, nice. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So, Black Manacles, I'm hoping that you're high enough level with your gem mastery to have gotten this. I'm figuring that y'all have it, but if you don't, just use the Mountain Crusher. That 20% chance to devour a random enemy is going to be very helpful if you don't want to do a skull spamming team, because that may be the only way you can survive further into this event. Now, the Wisp doesn't look all that interesting at first glance. Dispel means that if they have any positive status effects, it will be removed. Then you charm a random enemy, which is pretty powerful, and then jumble the board and gain an extra turn. So if there aren't any moves, you get a little extra bonus free attack on them, and you might find a match for when the board gets jumbled. So there are no match fours right now, so let's jumble, and got a little hit in there, and we got no match four, but we do have a skull match we can do. And then we'll go ahead and do the Black Manacles here because we're low enough level. I think I'm going to have to switch to the next team instead of showing this one again, simply because, oh, I got some more sigils. It's okay. We'll go ahead and do another one with this team. Princess Fizzbang, I forgot to mention, is here because she might explode the board. Wait, does she? Yes, she might explode things. She's one of those either or, but there's a chance that she'll explode things or she'll buff your team. So she might be useful. At least you have a chance at getting some bonus mana. And she does have, she should get an extra, yes, and she gets an extra turn. So it's a free cast. It's not going to hurt to have her on your team and to cast with her because free. It's free. It be free. Yes, I'll take red, please. Thank you. We'll do this. Well, they keep giving me skulls, so hey. Since I have the skulls handy, you know. All right. I'm going to quote Rel here and give you a cheese team. The cheese team is, edit, manage, paste, Mountain Crusher with 3 Princess Elspeth. Now, to be even more efficient, choose a weapon here that explodes that has either yellow or blue, because I'm going to kill Princess Elspeth. She is empowered, so she starts with full mana. You'll kill her and get a bunch of either yellow or blue, and you're going to summon a random knight troop. That random knight could be a mythic, or I just don't know. You don't know what you're going to get. You may get something really useful, you may not, but I think this could be fun. I did put this on Titan for the rock solid because you're going to need it, and using sorcerer with this team is just so not appropriate. I'm going to change the class because my Titan is at 100%, so I'm going to change it to something Rune Priest. Rune Priest also has rock solid, and I need to level it, so just for me, Rune Priest. And let's see. Let's start killing Elspeths. Okay, we got Moshu. Yes, Moshu the Guardian. Enchant a random ally, always nice. Create purple mana potions if the enemy's cursed, blah, blah, blah. She can create anything. You just never know. It's going to be a knight. That's the only thing you know for sure. And if you don't like what she summons, use one of these Elspeths to kill whatever has been summoned. And then you don't have to worry about it. So, true damage. No, I don't think that Moshu's really going to be all that helpful, so I'm going to kill him. I'll go kill him. Just like that. And we got the Lightborn Paladin. So, let's see. Is she doing damage? No, she's not doing damage. It's just incidental. Let's see. This'll work. Got lots of mana. And, but incidentally, she is summoning ones that use yellow, so that is helpful. I'll go ahead and do that. But this is something fun and different that you can do to kind of, you never know what you're going to get, and that can be fun. Or that can be aggravating, depending on your point of view. So now I'm going to switch to team with legendaries. And I have 2 of those. The first one is with a Skull Spammer, team, and the other is not. So we'll just go for this one, edit, manage, paste. All right, skull spamming. We've got the Twin Claws, specifically because it explodes things, gives a random status effect to beast allies. There are none unless you manage to summon one, which will happen if you have an empty space here. Again, Sorcerer is okay. I mean, they all use purple, and I have the class here starting with Dusk's Aura. If you're having difficulty, you might want to change this to Shadow's Call for summons, but if you don't have Twin Claws, just find a yellow weapon to throw in here, or put in Mountain Crusher or something that explodes, or explodes and summons that won't be mana blocking one of these guys. So that would be brown or yellow. Anyway, so this is the first with legendaries. Again, we're using Draxxius and Fist of Zorn, but we've thrown in Nimue. And Nimue transforms yellow gems to skulls. Now, Fist of Zorn also does yellow gems, and then red gems to purple. And she silences the 2 strongest enemies, which is pretty cool. So there's a little bit of a conflict between Nimue and Fist of Zorn, but that's okay. We're going to try it anyway. And you might find something you like better, but look at this. Oh, look at all the yellow. Whoa! Cool. Ah, I love skull spammers. Ah, they're so fun. And I forgot I was gonna get some couple of tiers on here. There's one, and you can get any of the eligible mythics that you can use here, like Sycorax or Shahbanu Vespera. You can conceivably get one from the shop here. It is very rare, but it can happen. So I'm just going to do 2 for the moment. And then I will go back and it's going to prompt me. Nyarmel, always go for Nyarmel when he shows up. So it should prompt me, and it did, thank goodness. And I'm going to go ahead and equip my Badge of Revenge along with, we'll just do 2 Medals of Seasons. There we go. All right, let's do this. Nyarmel, I like this troop. I think he's fun. All right, Brown. Well, I don't exactly have. Well, now I don't have alignment at all. So I will blow things up instead. Hee 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 hee. Hee hee hee. And we'll take the yellow away, plus it'll kill the Valraven, so. All right, next team. I think the rest of the teams are for people that don't like skull spammers. And forgot to mention on that last team, you could always put in the Doomed Scythe, which is yellow and creates Doom Skulls. But this next team is for people that the people that do not like skull spamming. And you're betting on, or you're banking on the thought of looping with Queen Bee here. So Mountain Crusher, 2 Queen Bees, and the Hex Rat is here to pick up some of that extra brown from Queen Beetrix, and he will do damage to all enemies if you choose the right enemy. So even if they are submerged, you can still hit them with this troop. Just be sure to choose the top troop, and he'll hit all of the ones below as well. All right. And let's see. And I chose Tide Collar for this. There may be a better... come on, brain. There may be a better class to use. There are probably lots of better ones to use. I chose Tide Collar for this 3rd trait, Explode a Blue Gem when matching 4 or more gems. And we're going to have lots of match 4s because of Queen Beetrix. I'm hoping this will help us loop. You could use Titan or anything else with Lightning Strike, and then you would also have a barrier if you use Titan or that, like Frost Mage, that kind of thing. Frost Mage doesn't have Rock Solid, sorry. I misspoke. All right, let's go in here with this team, and then I have 3 more teams to show you after this, but all of those have Mythics on them. All right, let's do this first. We'll take some blue. We'll blow things up and take them out with Queen Bee. Wah-ha-ha. I need to get higher level so I can show you how this team works a little better. Yeah, let's do Sledgepaw. He's higher up there. Lower level is better because you have a set amount of points that you're going to get no matter what level they are, without the scaling. So, but I'm going higher level just so I can show you how this is going to work out. So instead of casting with Queen Beetrix, which would be, make more sense, I'm going to do this, and show you that he can hit all of them. Just like that. There may be a bit better troop to put here. Just whatever suits your fancy. Something that does true damage like Queen Bee would be most efficient. You could put a 3rd Queen Bee in there. So next... Oh, there's an echo. I'm going to keep going with the higher level because I'm using something with Mythics here and something that loops like crazy. We've got Dancing Daggers, or any weapon that is solid yellow or yellow and purple will work. And then Shahbanu Vespera is going to make us loop like crazy. You've got to stay monotone with her, so you need to pick out something that's either all blue, all purple, all yellow, or some combination of just two of her colors in order for her to be effective. Again, using Sorcerer with this team because I need it for campaign. I like Archmages much better for purple-centric teams, but let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't need it, but let's see. Kind of want to bypass the hero and just fill up Shahbanu. As soon as you have Shahbanu filled up, it will loop like crazy. And I'm going to cast on the hero. You can you can cast on whomever you want, but she's going to buff random skills, and if that's attack, the only one that's going to be able to make use of that is this person in front. So we're going to do that. We're going to cast on the hero, get lots of yellow. And actually, by casting here, you're guaranteed to get yellow, which is cool. Not good because of this guy here. But remember, if you're using one of these teams that doesn't have skull spamming, you're not going to get a boost from your badges and medals this week. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And the nice thing about Shahbanu is she may boost magic. And so I keep casting on this one, and as soon... Hey, got my thing from yesterday. All right. At some point, you're going to have so much damage from Shahbanu casting or increasing magic that it doesn't matter. It may be slow, but it will be effective. Do not take the Darksmith unless you just have to. And then I'm going to show you one more team with Shahbanu. It's the same concept I just went over. Edit, manage, paste. This time we're going for blue and purple. Anu's Scepter is fantastic with Shahbanu Vespera. All you have to do is cast with this to destroy all gems of a chosen color. You just choose either purple or yellow, and that fills her up, and then you just start looping. So with this, I've got the Illithian Servitor and Lyrasza, who is perfect because Lyrasza's third trait creates this storm that's both blue and purple. Perfect for this team. Now you see I'm boosting yellow and purple and not blue, but I don't think it matters. You can change it, however. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go in with this team. And I'm going to grab the team code for the next, which is also a looping team. All right. Take the skulls when they show up. If you're low enough level, that you're not worried about it, because it's going to help. Since we have that skull boost. So I may need to show you more than one level with this team to show you how well it works. But we're going to cast on this first one. We'll get lots of blue. Already 51 damage to all enemies. Let's do it again. The downside of casting on the weapon here is that the magic is not going to help. It will help to boost their life, their armor, or their attack. However, boosting the magic of the first slot is not going to help. Let's do this one as harder, because this is a set spell. There are no variables on magic, so even if the magic was 200, it's not going to affect the spell at all. All right, so that's one downside of using a new Scepter. You could always throw in the Orb of Winter or any solid blue weapon, or blue. You could put Arboreal Crystal here if you want, but it's going to partially block Shahbanu Vespera, and getting her mana as quickly as possible is really going to help you. All right, one more team after this. Let's do this team first, and then... Well, I just keep getting mana. That's fantastic. All right, we're going to cast on here. See what we've got here. 51 damage. And you know what? I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to cast on here. Still did not boost magic. Let's try again. 71 damage to all enemies. So I could keep doing that indefinitely until I miss and then cast. I'm just going to do this. 77 damage. I'm taking chances by just casting, but I'm really not terribly worried about it because they're so low right now. But ideally, you'll just keep casting on one of your troops until they can one-shot the other team. Or until one of them can one-shot the other team. Alright, last team that I have for you is another looper with a mythic without Shahbanu Vespera. Deep Golem is, well, that Deep Golem won't be as hard. We'll do this one. Alright, edit, manage, paste, and we've got Sycorax with 2 Queen Bees and the Fist of Heaven. You can throw in any weapon here that uses green. Specifically, I chose something that's all green and mostly blue because Sycorax is going to double a chosen color on the board, then create 3 more. He's going to give life to all allies of that color. So if I can choose something that's green or just green, then I'm going to give that life to all of the allies. If I choose one that's blue, it's going to give it to 3 of them. But the main thing here is that the secret to using Sycorax is to choose only green, blue, or brown, because you want him to loop. And if you choose whichever one is highest, and I'll show you what I mean, whichever one has the most gems of those 3, then you're just going to loop and loop and loop with him. It's just crazy how amazing Sycorax can be. So I'm going to take the skulls because, you know, that's what's boosted right now. Take that. Fist of Heaven is fantastic. I love this weapon. It seems like every time I use it, I am summoning a mythic, which is super cool. And then, of course, the explosion gets lots of mana for the team. I'm just going to go ahead and cast that because I can. And, I mean, from here, all I have to do is cast with Queen Beetrix. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll do a couple more levels so I can show you this team a little better. Hey, I've got a pet rescue. Yay, I'll do that afterwards. Sledgepaw is the highest. We'll do that. Because I'm trying to show you harder battles. You should be choosing the lower level ones in case you missed me talking about that earlier. Okay, so I'm going to take green. Blow things up. Kapow! Okay, perfect. So now I can show you what I meant with Sycorax. So we've got the green, blue, and brown. And the one we want, I have to put that down again. Green, blue, and brown is whichever one is the most here. So blue and brown are tied. So which one has stuff closest together, that's brown. So I'm going to cast on brown. 10 isn't great. I may not get an extra turn. But I'm going to cast on brown anyway. Green or blue is better, but I was trying to loop. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Queen Beetrix is going to feed Sycorax. So that's okay that we've got Sycorax in the front there. But now let's see if we can cast on green. We could cast on brown. Hold on, let's get rid of some of this brown. There we go, perfect. We'll cast on green. All of them are getting a boost from me casting on green. Unfortunately, that cleared off a bunch of the gems on here. So 13 or more gems is most likely to get a match for, so that you keep looping. But although it's not as efficient as using a skull spamming team, it's safer. And level 108. Let's try this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We'll see as we go through. And I get higher and higher level. I don't know which route I'm going to take. Am I going to use one of these teams instead of the skull spammer? I might, but I do enjoy skull spamming teams, so maybe not. Okay, 13. So that's blue. That's going to boost 3 out of the 4. So take a look at these amounts here. I'm going to hit blue. I got a match 4. And there's still lots of blue. Pretty much guaranteed to get a match 4 on that one. And look at those stats boosting. Ah, Sycorax is so good. So if you're really high level, you may want to just keep boosting before you cast to be sure that they don't take you out with skulls if they happen to get one. But I'm feeling pretty confident I can win this battle, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And finish off with Queen Bee. And yes, it's slower. It's a lot slower. Especially at higher level, it's going to be really slow. But you have a high likelihood of winning. So anyway, those are the teams that I have for you. I hope that you find something that you like or something that inspires you to make your own team. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!